Hi, my name is Trevor Anderson. I'm the Director of EB5 for HomeFed Corporation. With me today is Chris Folger, our President. Today we're going to talk a little bit about HomeFed Corporation and our current EB5 offerings. Chris, can you tell me a little bit about HomeFed Corporation and how HomeFed has found success in the EB5 program?
You bet, I'd be happy to. HomeFed is a real estate development company based in San Diego. Our specialty is large-scale master plan communities. So we buy large tracts of land, we get government approvals, we put in the roads, infrastructure so that homes, apartments, parks, schools can all be built. We've been around for over 20 years and we've been a public company for all of that time. It was not until last year that one of our largest shareholders, Jefferies Financial Group, bought out the minority shareholders. So we are now a wholly owned subsidiary of Jefferies Financial Group, which is a New York Stock Exchange, a large diversified conglomerate based in New York City. So we're very happy to be part of the Jefferies family. On the EB5 front, why have we been so successful? Well, I think it goes to the structure that we put together. When we looked at EB5 a number of years ago, it became apparent to us that safety was the #1 factor. And so we looked at our projects and looked how we might be able to meet a need in the marketplace. And we were able to put together a proposal, a project that was first trustee position. So our EB5 investors, nobody stood in front of them. We put a tremendous amount of equity in the project. And we were building housing, which is probably the safest of real estate asset classes. So we had a lot of really strong things going for us, and our Asian partners in Asia and around the world, I think, recognized this, and our EB5 partners also recognized the safety that came with this structure, and we have been very successful with it.
So that first EB5 project, the Village of Vizcaya, can you give us a little status update on where that project's at and how those investors are faring in their investment?
Absolutely. They have done, in short, they've done very well. EB5 makes up a small portion of the capital stack. There's over $600 million of cost in the project, and the EB5 is the only debt in the project. It's $125 million. Vizcaya, since opening, has been the #1 selling master plan community in San Diego. We have just under 1,000 units to sell. We're 95% sold out. And we've got some apartments that are being finished, another 273 apartments. And to give you an example, this last month with COVID-19, the world has been stopped. I know our partners are feeling the same effects. But in that time, in just April, we've sold 8 homes and we've leased 20 apartments. So, around the country, as we talk to our home builder partners and other consultants, they're at a virtual standstill, and still we're selling, not at the rate that we were, but at a pretty decent rate, especially given how little inventory we have at this time. So we're thrilled with how Vizcaya is done, and we think our EB5 partners should be as well. In addition to getting their money back, the other big factor, as you know, is jobs. And we've created over 3,000 jobs. The jobs required for our EB5 investors was 2,500. So we already have a big buffer, and we're creating more jobs along the way. So it's been a great success for us and our EB5 partners.
That's great. So it sounds like Vizcaya really has been a fantastic EB5 investment for our investors. Can you tell us a little bit about our newest EB5 project, Cota Vera? Is that similar to Vizcaya? Can the investors expect similar results?
Yeah, I think so. We're building off the success of Vizcaya. Cota Vera is just a mile or so to the east, and actually, what's a better location? It's a little closer to freeways and to shopping and infrastructure. So it's a little more desirable location from a home buyer perspective. But we put together the same structure that protected our EB5 investors in Vizcaya. They're in a first trustee position. There's a lot of equity protecting their investment. And we are negotiating right now with several large home builders who want to partner with us on that project. We don't have that deal finalized. We expect that to be done in the next maybe 60 days, where we might be able to announce who our partners will be. But yeah, there's still strong interest in homes in Otay Ranch in San Diego.
That's great. And you've already started construction on that project. When do you expect to start building homes?
By the end of the year, we expect to deliver lots to our home builder partners. We started well over a year ago, probably 18 months ago. So jobs have been created. These are the indirect construction jobs that are so valuable for EB5. We're fronting that cost. We're getting those things going. And again, it adds to the safety for EB5 investors who are interested in EB5, in immigration.
Great. What would you tell a prospective EB5 investor when they're looking at the state of the world today and the global economy, the impacts of COVID-19? How can you make them comfortable in a real estate investment in today's world?
It's a scary proposition. We're not out of it yet. We don't know where it's going. But it goes back to the original structure that we thought was so important to put together, that when a downturn comes and you have a big debt that you have to service, it can often be the end of the project. We did not want that to happen to our EB5 investors. We wouldn't be able to live with ourselves. So we put them in the first position. They are the bank. They are in the safest position. And for asset class wise, we own a mall, we have a hotel, and those are being dramatically affected by what's going on. Housing is just a basic need. Everybody needs shelter. The market can go down, it can slow down, but without bank debt that can cause you to go into foreclosure, we feel that housing is the best market to be in. And with San Diego, we've got very stable jobs. We've got a very big military presence, a lot of government jobs that are very stable, a lot of healthcare jobs that are, again, very stable in today's environment. So there's always risk, but we feel out of our portfolio across the country, San Diego housing is what we feel is the safest portion of our portfolio.
That's great. So between the first position to the EB5 investors, the exceptionally strong San Diego market, and HomeFed's success in the industry for many, many years, it sounds like it's a great EB5 investment for prospective investors.
We sure hope so. That was the intent when we put it together. We take our partnership with our EB5 investors very seriously, and wanted to make sure that they could sleep at night when a downturn like this came.
That's great. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the time today. Thank you, all of you, our existing investors, our future investors. We appreciate the opportunity to partner with you in this EB5 program.